A potential deal between the United States and Ukraine intended to pave the way to end the war with Russia was up in the air this Friday. After a meeting with President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, it grew contentious. This is days after President Trump confirmed that he would be meeting with the Ukrainian president at his first cabinet meeting. On February 28th, President Zelenskyy had traveled to Washington, D.C., and he was supposed to sign a deal that would confirm giving the United States access to Ukrainian rare earth minerals and critical minerals. However, the meeting became very heated, and there were a lot of raised voices and cross-talking playing out. And all of this was happening right in front of the TV cameras. And it left the future of these negotiations very uncertain. And the people, along with the media, are just left completely confused. The argument had came at the end of a lengthy question and answer session that was happening with reporters. After Trump had defended his position and his approach regarding President Vladimir Putin from Russia, saying that he was trying to broker a deal between the two parties, that being Russia and Ukraine. Before I move forward though, I would like to ask you guys to please like and subscribe to my channel because it means a lot to me and it helps. President Trump said, "I am not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. And I want to get this thing over with." Watch this.
My friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set up.
So in that clip, we can see that Trump is saying he is not aligned with anyone. He is just here for the good of the world. He said it's hard for him to broker the deal because on Ukraine's side, there's a lot of hate. And on Russia's side, they aren't too fond of Ukraine either. So there's a lot of problems that he's not trying to get too involved in. All he wants to do is settle it and find a solution. And he says that if they want him to be the tough guy and be Mr. Mean Guy, he can do that as well. But he's just looking out for the people and he just wants to settle all of it. And that right there from Trump elicited a very strong response from Zelenskyy, especially since he mentioned that Putin had previously broke deals that they had.
2014 and 2014.
Yeah.
So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. That people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it.
So as we can see in that clip, Zelenskyy is asking JD Vance, the vice president, how can he say that we need diplomacy? He was listing things that Putin had did. He said how he and Putin had had multiple conversations. They even signed forms and deals to have a ceasefire, but Putin broke it. And he went on to kill Ukrainian people and give destruction of their land. So he's asking him, how can you truly say diplomacy and what kind is he talking about? And Vance's response to that was the diplomacy that will save your country from being destroyed. Vance had accused Zelenskyy of trying to litigate this in front of American media. He accused them of running propaganda tours, campaigning for Democrats in Pennsylvania during the election, and being ungrateful. He even had told Zelenskyy and asked him, "Have you even once said thank you?" Which he replied back that he's done it multiple times, but that's not what they're talking about right now.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration?
So, the question is, what does this argument mean for the US? And what are the outcomes that there will be in regards to the Russian and Ukraine war? And I really want you guys to think about that. Hours after, Trump went to social media after the exchange, posting to Truth Social, determined that President Zelenskyy is not ready for peace. From that, Zelenskyy addressed the tense exchange on Fox News in an interview, telling the host, Brent Baier, that Ukraine was in fact ready for peace, while repeatedly stressing the importance of security guarantees for his country. Watch this.
I think that we have to be on the same side, and I hope that the president on our side together with us, and that is very important to stop Putin. And I heard from President Trump a lot of times that he will stop the war, and I hope he will, and we need to pressure him with Europe, with all the partners. And I think this dialogue had to be a little bit earlier to understand where we are. Like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but like President Reagan said, that peace is not just an absent the war. Yes, we are speaking about just and lasting peace, about freedom, about justice, about human rights. And that's why I said that I think so, that ceasefire, and you know Putin, he broken 25 times ceasefire during all these years, 10 years.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect President and I respect American people, and if I don't know if I think that we have to be very open and very honest, and I'm not sure that we did something bad. I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss.
As we can see, the Ukrainian President Zelenskyy is saying that they do want peace, but they also want to recognize the reality of the situation. He also said that they want peace and they will have it and they will do the things necessary to get it. Back to the question I asked beforehand. What does this argument truly mean for America, and what will be the outcomes as it relates to Russia-Ukraine war? Personally, for me, I feel like peace needs to happen or Ukraine will be wiped out. And I also don't want America to feel like Ukraine is being ungrateful from everything that we've done and start a possible war as well. However, Ukraine does have to understand that they don't have the upper hand in this situation, it seems. So if some pride or justice can't be given, they might just have to settle for it. And settling only to protect the lives and the culture of the people. So please let me know how you feel about it, because I don't think this war is going to end anytime soon if none of the three countries can have a civil conversation. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, and I'll see you next time on KW Lawholic.